about this, but there's a massive revival going on in the Middle East right now, and today we're going to cover it. What's going on, guys? It's Big Nick back for another video. Thank you guys so much for coming back to the channel today. Before we get into today's video, if you guys like Christian content, please give this video a like, subscribe to my channel down below if you are new, and turn on my post notifications so you never miss a new video. Without further ado, let's get into it. Thousands of Muslims in Iran are converting to Christianity, as over 50,000 mosques have closed in the region. In an article by All Arab News, they explain why this is taking place. Mohammed Dalabi, who's a senior cleric for the Iranian president Abraham Raisi, first broke the news where he stated that 50,000 out of 75,000 mosques in Iran have closed their doors. Another cleric by the name Mohammed Maybadi explained that the reason for this is that people are upset over the government's attempts to enforce these hijab laws. The uproar for these hijab laws started last year when Mahsa Amini was brutally murdered by the Iranian government for not following the Islamic law of wearing a hijab. In Sahih Muslim 3240, it states that whenever Muhammad would see an attractive woman, he would be so possessed with lust for them that he would have to run home to sleep with one of his wives to relieve himself from the lust. Shortly after these incidents, women would be forced to cover themselves so their prophet would not have these urges to sleep with attractive women who were wearing regular clothing. Although the article shares that the anti-hijab protests may have started the original distrust with the regime in Iran, the tipping point for the mass Islamic exodus was the corruption and injustice of the Ayatollah regime in Iran towards its citizens, which have produced a loss in faith in Islam as the religion of truth. Reports indicate that a growing number of Iranians are seeking the truth in Jesus. Marzi Amirzadeh, a female Christian evangelist in Iran, shares that the persecution of its citizens by the Islamic regime in Iran are helping people to see the truth. When they were evangelizing in Iran, they didn't even have one bad experience. Everyone was so thirsty to find the truth, and she could see that God had prepared their hearts even before they had talked to them. It's clear that the hearts of many Muslims are softening towards following Christ, as they are realizing the demonic oppression that the religion of Islam is causing. Now, I want to go back and talk about that verse that I mentioned earlier in Sahih Muslim 3240. We see here that Jabir reported that Muhammad saw a woman, and so he came to his wife and had intercourse with her. He then tells his friends that an attractive woman returns in the shape of a devil. So if one of them sees a woman, he must immediately come to his wife in order to gratify the desires that is in his heart. This is called lust, and Jesus actually refers to this as adultery in Matthew 5:27-28, saying this: "You have heard that it was said to those of old, 'You shall not commit adultery.' But I say to you, whoever looks at a woman to lust for her has already committed adultery with her in his heart." We see a vast contrast in the values that Islam and Christianity teach. While Islam gratifies the flesh and gives a license to relieve lustful adultery from someone other than your wife by immediate stimulation from your wife, Christianity teaches us to crucify our lustful desires and to have a passion to engage in intercourse with our wives only, and not using them as a substitute for an attractive woman that we are not married to. It is perverse teachings in Islam like this that is responsible for the corruption that we see in governmental regimes that are subscribed to this religion. At the end of the day, natural human instinct is to gravitate away towards evil if it's making its presence too prevalent in our life, which is exactly what's happening to the Iranian citizens with Islam. The opposite of evil is love, and Jesus Christ is the epitome of love. And so as the Iranian citizens are gravitating away towards the evil demonic things that Islam teaches, they're starting to realize that the exact opposite of that is Christianity. This is just the beginning of the massive revival that's going to sweep over the entire Middle East. Muhammad is a false prophet, and Islam is a religion that will lead you to hell. God is plucking his people out of the damnation that this religion is creating, and he's bringing them to his kingdom through his son Jesus Christ. I'm very thankful that many Muslims are experiencing true peace and salvation that can only be found in Jesus Christ. I want to thank you guys so much for watching.